Hey! It's the weekly breakdown.
Yep.
Tyler, keep saying.
Yeah.
Today
Was
a good day.
With a new backdrop.
Yeah.
Because
Home sweet home. Tonight, I'm on my way. We're going to talk about the new Pokemon games. Got announced. And we're also going to talk about the new stuff coming to Destiny 2, maybe some Division 2, and some music, and maybe some other things if we get to it.
Yeah.
A
little bit of a lighter week this week.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I think this is the first time in a long time that this has been
an actual weekly breakdown. We've done it 2 weeks in a row. I mean, granted, as it shows, we don't have as much to talk about. So maybe we should keep it bi-weekly. I'm joking. Keep it up. Let's do it. We turn it into just more of a talking thing, but whatever.
Yeah. So let's get into it. The new Pokemon games have been announced. Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Coming out late this year. It is the next generation of games, and they announced the new starters. Grookey is your grass starter.
The names are getting stupider and stupider.
Which, and then Score Bunny is the fire starter.
Mm-hmm.
And then, was it Sobble?
Sobble, I don't know what to think about.
Is the water starter.
He looks like just a tadpole. I don't know. I don't understand it.
It's gonna evolve into a frog.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Bulbasaur's already a frog, and Venusaur. They're already.
No, he's not. They're toads.
Okay, fine, close enough.
This is going to be in the Galar region. It's idyllic countryside, contemporary cities, thick forest, and craggy snow-covered mountains.
It's basically England.
Yeah,
what I've seen.
But it seems like they're getting back to a little bit more traditional with the gyms, bringing gyms back instead of the trials from Sun and Moon. Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, there is a trailer out there, and they showed some gameplay, and showed basically confirmed a bunch of Pokemon that are going to be in the game. I think the days of a new generation and you're only playing the new Pokemon are gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been gone for a long time now, but you know, I can see this game there being 50, 60 new Pokemon, and the rest is
the older ones.
Mix and match.
Yeah.
Gosh, I wonder what's it up to now in terms of count. Is it like
700? It's got to be at least 700. If not, probably with this game, we might get close to 800.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But what'd you guys think?
I mean, I've been kind of having that itch to get back into Pokemon lately, so I was cool for this. I mean, this doesn't necessarily get me more excited at all. I mean, than I already was for a new Pokemon gen. Like, I mean, this was just like an announcement trailer, you know, with like the names, and there was nothing too groundbreakingly new in the trailer. But the only thing that was maybe a bit of a surprise is that I guess random encounters are back, which is like to hear it's like a hit or miss thing with a lot of people. I think it would be smart if they had the option to turn things on and off. Like if you want like a ultra traditional JRPG and you want random encounters, go for it. But if you want to be able to see the Pokemon, I think that you can never go wrong with giving people choice. So, but yeah, looks fine. Looks fun. It's on the Switch, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the. Well, I mean, I'm going to say it. It's on a relevant console, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, the core entries have always been definitely. I mean, you could argue that the core entries that Pokemon makes a Nintendo console relevant.
Fair enough. Yeah,
there's an argument there, just because of how well they sell, and they definitely sell systems. So, what do you think?
I'll have to wait more just to see some more features in the game, I guess, because I don't really know everything of what they're going to do. So I don't know. I can't really judge it yet because it's the first game on the Switch. Well, not that, like the first, but the first like main series like game on the Switch. I'm expecting a lot, so I don't want to make that judgment until I know really what's going to be in the game. Where like what I saw was like, honestly, I was like a little let down because I was like, I expected there to be like this cool thing and that cool thing, and like the camera's back to being like locked off, or well, not back, the camera's locked off. Like you said, the random encounters are back, so it's like, I don't know. Like I'm not sure where they're gonna push the game. Where it's like when they start to show off more, it's like, oh, now this thing is really cool. I didn't see anything like that. I really didn't see anything like that. It's just kind of your standard. Here's the region. Here's a couple Pokemon, sort of thing. Yeah, I didn't really know what to think of it too much. I didn't have too many opinions. At least for the starter Pokemon. Like I said, I kind of made a joke that names are getting stupider, but they kind of are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I guess at a certain point, it's like, well, where do you really go? But yeah, I mean, none of them really stood out to me that was like, yeah, I know which one I would pick.
Everybody is on the Sobble train. I think I would. I
think I'd go with the grass.
I would go with Grookey, man.
Yeah.
That dude seems like a little asshole.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah. Like that's probably usually I'm a little bit more partial to the grass starters, but yeah. So
yeah, but like I'm excited for it. I'm not as excited as I feel like I wanted to be. Definitely, because it's definitely a Pokemon game, and it looks like that. And I think everybody's expectations, including mine a little bit, are just a little out of whack because Pokemon is now on the Switch, which is like it's a console, and everybody's expecting it to be a Breath of the Wild sort of situation where it reinvents themselves, and it's like, nah, that's probably never going to happen, sort of thing. Everybody wants that open world Pokemon game. You can go to all the regions. It's third person. You can spin the camera around, all that stuff. And that, in an ideal world, that is an incredible experience. But that's just not going to happen yet. Like the Game Freak is never going to develop that.
No,
they don't care. I mean, well, I don't want to say they don't care. These games still sell so freaking well that what's the incentive for them to try to do that?
Yeah, and apparently it was such a pain in the ass to do it. Well, granted, it was 20 years ago to do it in Gen 2 that they're just like, yeah, we're not doing that ever again, of bringing an older region back. So
yeah, I think it's probably a lot more possible now. But
it's almost like that stigma of
difficult.
this is because then you have to rebalance things and figure some things out.
I don't know how they would do the level scaling though, from one region to another.
Because they make
get
it
up
so,
to level 600 or something like that.
They'd really have to adjust that because they make it so easy to level up now.
Yeah.
That would get totally whacked. I mean, you'd be level 100 by the time you finish the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where the meat of the game's going to come from. Is it just going to be a familiar Pokemon experience? That's why I don't know. I'll wait and see if it's... Because I was disappointed a little bit because I was expecting them to sort of come out and be like, let's show you what we've done, but then it was just kind of like, oh, it looks very familiar, It
does.
I think people have a right to be not have a right, but they're sort of in the right to be a little disappointed when it comes out and what they've seen so far is like, oh, it just looks familiar, because I don't know, the rest of the video games is for the most part, is improving and everything. You just kind of expect it to really, maybe 1 year when, this they have everything going from right now with the Switch and what the video game industry is doing, where it's at and everything. But yeah, that's the thing I'm kind of waiting to see is what's the meat of the game going to be? Is it going to be the familiar Pokemon experience? Is it going to be any new additions? Can they bring back gambling, which I really want? They didn't even fucking have in Let's Go.
Oh, you don't got it in Pokemon no more?
I want Pokemon Let's Go fucking lose my house gambling.
They got gambling in Pokemon. They got gambling in Red Dead Online. It's a weird world we're living in, man.
Yeah, but you can gamble in real life.
I guess
do those microtransactions and loot boxes.
Right. Not in Belgium.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. What is going to be the hook of this? I don't know, X and Y. One of the new things there was mega evolutions. You know what I mean? There was the whole Alolan forms and Sun and Moon and stuff like that. What is the new thing for this? To me, I mean, I love the adventure in a way of a Pokemon game, of playing it start to finish, getting all the badges. It is an addicting sort of thing to do, and I'll be okay with that, but I won't say I won't be disappointed if, there isn't more than that, if there isn't some, new hook, and I'm sure there will be. I mean, it's a new generation. There has to be something.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can also see it very much being a Pokemon experience. Now, I just hope it isn't like Sun and Moon, and like we're going to hold your hand through everything. We're not going to shut the fuck up. These characters are going to be annoying. The story is going to be super ridiculous. It sounds like the story in this one's, or at least the bad guy, is a little bit more straightforward than it was in Sun and Moon, where it's like, now there's fucking intergalactic time travel and all this garbage. Who cares? And it like, I just wanted to let me go a little bit, because I think that's one thing why like Let's Go grabbed me so much, is because it's a remake of the first generation where that wasn't a thing as much. It's just here, go
play Pokemon.
There's you'll get run into some people, but you might go an hour of just traveling from town to town and battling and catching stuff, and that's the meat of the experience. Where Sun and Moon just really took that away.
Yeah, like with Let's Go, it was almost just like they're like, you get it now, just play the game. Like we're both on the same page.
Yeah.
I hope. One thing I do kind of on my wish list for the new Pokemon games is like side activities, like
the end game stuff,
developed,
like the Deoxys from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, sort of,
like just more stuff to do. Just in general.
Developed side activities that are very fluid. Like I did kind of talk about like how the first 3 generations I think had like gambling. You could go in and just play the slots or like these different games. But you could go into like a slot machine and just play, earn some coins, buy a Porygon or a Dratini or whatever, and like that was a quick little thing and a reward. Whereas even as the games went on, even by like Generation 3 with like the different contests, that was like something that's like, okay, I have to get into this now. And the contests were alright. I didn't mind them, but like it was more lengthy. It was more like a little more drawn out, and like once you did it, it's like, okay, I'm going to be doing this for a minute. None of that's a bad thing, but sort of a combination of some things are a little more fluid, a little more like, hey, I kind of want to do this and get that quick feeling of like satisfaction, reward. Like I did like these quick things, and then maybe some other things that are like a little bit more drawn out or whatever that you can, but a lot of like side activities, that will complement the game, I think. Would be nice.
That would be nice. I also think that the Let's Go brand is going to be their remakes now. I can see them remaking Generation 2 again, and that's my that's my favorite generation. So I won't complain, but I can see that happening. And the Let's Go is the remake brand.
Yeah,
I can see that. I could be kind of behind that. Like I think because I still have yet to get it, which apparently it's on like sale. In some spots.
It is. I saw it was on sale for $48.
At like Best Buy, I think it was.
Spaces. Yeah.
So, like, again, because it's, with the exception of, I guess, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, we haven't had an up-to-date, like, first gen or some of these older, especially the first 2 gens in a while. So, yeah, just remaking the second gen would be cool. I mean, that's a lot of people's favorites, too. So, just, remake Crystal, Pokemon Let's Go. I don't know what they call it at that point, but...
I don't know either.
But
I'm surprised they keep finding names, but I guess there's enough out there to complement.
Yep, they're putting out Sword and Shield, and then they'll come out with a third one. I mean, I'm not going to claim ownership of the show. Pokemon Gun. It takes place in Texas. That's all over the internet.
I was thinking
that's not even an original joke.
It would be like Pokemon Bow.
No, Pokemon Gun.
Spear.
Pokemon Gun.
Yeah.
Poachers. Pokemon poachers are in the game.
Yeah. We'll see what happens late 2019. Nintendo's going to have a humongous year.
God,
especially fall with a core Pokemon game coming out.
Potentially. I mean, probably Animal Crossing too. I think they said 2019, didn't they?
Did.
So yeah,
maybe Animals Crossings, Link's Awakening. It's going to be a big fall for Nintendo, and this game's going to sell bajillion copies, especially being on a system where people want new games and buy a lot of software on it.
yeah.
So, yeah. All right, let's talk about Destiny 2. Destiny 2's Season of the Drifter is starting March 5th, which is the new season.
It's coming Tuesday.
And they are, the update's pretty meaty, and this isn't even an annual pass thing, I don't think. This is like brand new free stuff.
I think I know, at least with the annual pass, a good bit of it's free.
Yeah.
Like, I know that they're putting out like free stuff with each. I would assume like the Reckoning would probably be annual pass, but maybe like the new Gambit mode would probably be free for everyone. I would assume, because they put out a guide map.
Oh no,
before.
yeah, I guess I am wrong. Gambit Prime is an annual pass thing.
Oh, okay.
And the Reckoning is an annual pass thing. So
there's probably
I'm
gonna be
gonna
some
eat my
stuff,
words.
like some
yes.
guns and maybe
Gambit
even...
private matches and new maps are free. Exotic quests are free. Power increase is free. The Revelry, that's free. And some of the other events are all free. So I'm going to eat my words a little bit on that. Because also the Legion's quest that we'll talk about, that is annual pass as well. Also, it says here... Okay, no, never mind. That's under the next season. Anyways. Alright, so let's get into it. There's a whole bunch of new stuff. There's a new variant of Gambit called Gambit Prime that seems like a far more intense version of the mode. It's one round rather than three and allows invading players to not just kill their opponents but to steal their motes, denying them progress along the way. Also, the final boss will have a raid-like mechanic that will require your team to do far more than just shoot it. Crazy.
Woohoo.
That sounds pretty intense. There's also a new Gambit-related PvE activity called Reckoning that we don't know much about yet. One Bungie developer compared parts of it to the Crota raid in Destiny 1. So that's cool. Yeah. In Reckoning, you will get special Gambit-themed armor based on specific roles. Reaper, Collector, Sentry, and Invader. Each of these armor sets will have perks tailored to a specific Gambit playstyle, which is cool. So you basically get armor on how you play.
Yeah, so it's like, if you invade a lot, boom, they'll get you stuff that probably does more damage against Guardians, or maybe, I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff they could do. Because, I mean, they haven't explained what each of those, like... I mean, it's like Reaper or the Invaders, obvious, but like what the other ones...
Yeah.
Like what they mean,
Mm-hmm.
so...
You will be able to do special bounties as a catch-up mechanic to quickly get to power level 640. So that's good for this guy. And there will be a quest called Allegiance that lets you pick a side, the Vanguard or the Drifter, and advance your version of Destiny 2's story accordingly. We're also going to start getting invitations of the 9 bounties that offer an exploration of the 9 and their mysterious place in the universe. The first one will show up with Zero on March 15th. Also, Thorn is coming back.
Woohoo.
I mean, so that's just some of it, but I think that's a pretty meaty update, and is, Gambit's, I think, the best thing in Destiny 2.
It's the best part of it, so...
So that getting injected with a bunch of new stuff is awesome.
Yeah. I like that there isn't a new raid, mostly because, for a couple of reasons, which is, I think it almost feels like then reaching the end of, or getting to the end game stuff for this might be a little bit more, I guess maybe a good word would be maybe attainable.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I mean, it's not just another raid that we have to do, because we have quite a few other ones we have to catch up on.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but, I mean, yeah, Gambit Prime sounds a lot of fun. Just because, because that's maybe the one thing, is that sometimes Gambit matches can go on, like, for like a half an hour.
Yeah.
So it's like, boom, this one takes like 10 minutes, hopefully.
Yeah.
But,
in one round, that's pretty pretty intense.
It's like you got to be on your more on your A game than before, because like normally it's like we got next round. If shit goes bad, it's like oh boy, nope. So
yeah.
Also, adding raid mechanics makes sense instead of just shooting bosses and killing the other enemies that are around them. So
yeah, and then also this whole PvE thing, the Reckoning. I mean, that sounds really neat. I think any PvE stuff that they can add is awesome.
Yeah.
And the Allegiance quest with the whole invitations of the 9. I mean, the 9 are such an interesting part of Destiny lore that so very few people get to see what it's about.
Yeah,
because you got to be good at trials and you got to win at trials. So having something else to get people into that, sure.
Even then, it's purposefully super vague about what the 9 is.
Yeah,
like it
is.
Like even like looking up like the existing lore, it's like, yep, there's something, all right.
Yeah,
that's basically like,
yeah,
but
yeah, still no trials at all in Destiny 2.
I think
be reworking that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it almost kind of makes sense in a lot of ways. Trials, I think there was a lot of problems with trials, so I heard when the game first came out. But yeah, I mean, it also, also like in terms of like the story stuff. I mean, the stuff that I've like seen about like the Drifter. The Drifter is probably the coolest new character that they've added. And it's like all kinds of background stuff, so I'm super stoked for this.
Yeah, me too. Any thoughts?
No, not too much. I haven't been playing too much Destiny for a while. Just usually when you guys are on, we'll play Gambit or something. It sounds cool though. It's good that they're adding a lot of stuff to the game. I mean, that's never a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We started the Black Armory stuff the other day. And
that sounds fun. Though in our defense, we did legitimately get better every time we tried.
We did, but it was so funny that the time that we finished it, every single round,
we were like, we're not going to win.
We were doing awful, and we're like, we're not going to get it. Let's just pop our supers and just kill stuff, and then we ended up getting it. It's a 3-round, so unlocking the forges are a 3-round like PvE sort of thing. The first one you gotta kill 20 glowing enemies and throw their orbs into the forge, and then the second round's a little bit tougher enemies, and then the final round you have to take out a boss in a certain amount of time. The round before we won, it was so depressing because we almost had it. The whole
thing. Yeah. He had like,
and we were doing so well. It's like, this is it. This is the time. And then
we lost.
Yeah, and then we lost, and then literally every single round, like, we were breezing through the first round, and we almost failed it. We had 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
When we got past it.
And then
we
had
the second round, we were screwed.
And like the second round, we had like 3, and it said 30 seconds left.
Yeah, and we're like, okay, this sucks. Everybody just pops their supers, and somehow we just got locked in.
Yeah.
It got it. But then even the boss, that was not looking good either. But luckily, he was fixated on me, and you were able to stand in his face with a shotgun.
I just unloaded a fully auto shotgun in his face.
Yeah. Also, it just would have helped if I was.
It's fire level.
But hey,
Tuesday. You can do a bunch of bounties to get up there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I mean that stuff is neat. Black Armory doesn't add a whole lot to Destiny 2, but it is a higher end, fun thing to do to get cool stuff, because that machine gun we got, the Hammerhead, is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it is
really good.
gnarly.
And I kind of want to get a bunch of them, just because we have to do the other forges. Yeah, but I think there's like 4 of them. There's 4 forges, which is like.
I think there's 5 total.
Oh shit! And then there's 3.
And it goes up to 650. Is the last one.
Oh, okay.
So, and the next one's 620 that we would have to do. So get up there.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then the last thing here is June to August is Season of Opulence. Not a whole lot here. It seems like they redacted a few things, whatever they were. But a new raid will be coming out then. A new 6-player match-made activity.
Okay.
That means Solstice to Heroes coming back.
No, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah. Good stuff.
Adding stuff to Destiny.
Yeah.
This is sort of the support that we've kind of always wanted when it comes to Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that might have been maybe that this might be the way to go. Like, not even do, like, expansions, like in the traditional sense. Like, I mean, you do the September expansion, but then just do an annual pass. Because, like, I feel like with the issues with, like, the Warmind and Curse of Osiris specifically is that, like, it's sort of hyper focused on the story.
Yeah.
And then they just forgot to add more to the game.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. So, like this is like, oh yeah, here's just a bunch of cool stuff.
The story stuff appeals to more casual players, but then also it's just not that good at all.
Yeah.
And then, but it doesn't really appeal to the people that are going to stick around and play Destiny all the time.
Yeah, like the story's cool once, and it's like, okay, but then give me more stuff to do. Like, I mean, there'll be story in this, but yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of looter shooters, or as I have heard them called recently, schlooters.
Schlooters. Oh, God.
The Division 2 is having their open beta right now, and I've played a little bit of it. What are you guys' feelings on the Division 2? You guys hyped on it at all? I mean, you guys are downloading it, but before...
I mean, when they announced Division 2, I was like, okay, and I thought this does look very nice. It does look legitimately better than the first game, so I was interested, but it was like one of those things where I'm like, I want to see eventually, because I just kind of hopped on board with the Division when that first came out, and then being a part of that first crop of Division players, I was like, I'm not really digging this. It's not really for me, but then I'm hearing some good things about the beta so far and whatnot. I mean, I'll check it out. I'm interested. I don't know if I'll buy it still yet when it comes out, at least not immediately, but I probably have a higher chance of getting the Division 2 than I do Anthem.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I will say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually been playing the first Division game. I've gone back and I've been playing that a little bit here and there over the past few months, I think, just to kind of get more, because I go back to the game and I play a little bit, and then I mean, there's some things that I like, and then it'll be like another game that I want to play, or we're all going to get on and play something else or whatever. But it'll be one of those things that I'll get on, I'll play maybe like an hour of, because I think when the game first launched, I mean, there were a lot of problems with it, and now, I mean, it's still not a great game. I think there's only so much you can improve live service games like that. Mm-hmm. In the rare cases of like Warframe, where it's evolved so much over the years, I just don't think any other games really do that. But yeah, the Division's fixed some things. I still think at its core, it's entertaining. It's sort of a quick fix. So I've been kind of playing that a little bit here and there just to see how I still feel about the Division as a game, because I feel like the Division 2, it's not going to change up too many things. It's still going to have a similar feeling. I'm seeing like, okay, well, how do I really feel about the Division? And there's some things I liked, and so far what I've seen from the Division 2 and how they're going to change up some things. And overall, just seeing, since the Division came out, other Ubisoft games have come out that have really blown me away and really kind of won me over to Ubisoft. Like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Ghost Recon Wildlands. I've really enjoyed those games, seeing what they've done with Rainbow Six Siege. I've kind of gotten more on like, okay, well, I want to play the beta, and then maybe I'll make my final decision. But so far, I'm really, everything's looking up for the game. I like the setting, the tone more of the game, rather than just walking through the same New York streets over and over. But yeah, I do think it's piqued my interest in recent weeks. But yeah, I want to play the beta, and then we'll see. Can't be worse than Anthem, which I inadvertently made a deal for.
Yeah,
guy at work got it. Said that he didn't like it, was going to trade it in. So I made a trade with him for a couple things. That game, no, because I got it relatively cheap at the end of the day. But the game is just like, there's no game in it, It's almost like, well, he sort of compared it to because we were both following the game and we didn't think we were going to get it, and then he kind of got tricked by like the increase in marketing, like the last push of the game up until like a couple weeks before release. He was like, okay, well, it looks like things are coming together. And I'm like, yeah, you still shouldn't get it though, but he got it. And then his sort of analogy on the game was he compared it to like tag, you're it. Like it's as simple of a gameplay loop as there is in tag. You touch someone, they're it. You don't want to get touched, but there's something compelling about it. It's so simple, but it's compelling. There are stakes to it. I mean, when you really think about the game of tag, there's a lot to it. But then when you play a video game like Anthem that can transport you to like another world and has so many advantages over just touching another person and running away from them, it still lacks all these fundamental things that make a game, not just a video game, but a game fun and compelling and add stakes to it and everything. And playing it for 4 or 5 hours, definitely lacks the fundamentals of what a game should be, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the beta of the Division 2 looks like
I feel like there's a game.
It looks like the beta looks like there's more of a game than the entire game of Anthem.
If it's an Ubisoft game, there's going to be a lot of games.
Yeah. I mean, and that's something I've kind of thought about, especially with like Odyssey and Ghost Recon Wildlands. And that's something. I mean, I know it's not everyone's favorite thing, but I'd rather have more game than less game.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
EA and their live service stuff sucks. I mean. Look at Battlefield 5. Anthem's another great example. Like, they always launch these games with the bare minimum shit in it, and it'd say, like, oh, it's live service. We're giving you all this stuff. But it's like, by the time that stuff comes out, nobody's left to play it. Because everybody bounced, because they're like, there's nothing here.
And even
Anthem's
now,
going to be the same way.
Yeah, the Division 2 is coming out in 2-ish weeks. From now,
something like
this
that.
point.
Yeah, I mean, the Division 2 is out in 2 weeks. Destiny 2 is adding a bunch of new stuff. Like, what's the point?
Anthem's
there is no
buried.
reason to play Anthem right now. You know? And, yeah, that game just seems like it has a lot of fucking problems. A lot of problems. But the Division 2, from what I played probably an hour and a half, maybe. It's neat. I didn't really care about the story stuff. I think the story in the Division is just bad. But the first game was bad. This game, I still don't give a flying fuck. So I skipped most of the cutscenes. I will watch them when the game comes out. But for now, I'm just like, I just want to play the game. It looks so much better than the Division 1. I think that's probably because you're not in gray, boring New York City. You're in more lush environments. It still has a lot of detail to it. Like, the first story mission, you have to go into a hotel to rescue some chick, and there's a lot of really dark.
Don't assume her gender.
Well, that's what she was. But
it's 2019.
Yeah. But there's a lot of really just dark, gross stuff going through there. Lots of detail in this hotel that you're going through, and playing that. Like, it felt good. Like, the shooting felt good. The abilities were cool. There's three or four abilities that you can invest in first. I picked the turret, so I just set this little turret up on cover, and it just shoots everything. The one I saw someone else have was this drone. You can fly this drone out. I don't know if you're actually controlling it. I don't think so. But this drone's just flying around, just destroying everything. I'm like, that's what I'm investing in now.
Yeah.
When the game
like
launches,
the smart bomb from the first game or whatever.
Yeah. So, like, the abilities felt good. A problem with the first game was, like, this guy has a hoodie, and I just put 6 shotgun shots in his face, and he's still alive. And I'm not saying that's not a problem, but what they've done is the enemies didn't feel as bullet spongy, but then they also have, like, armor on to make it seem a little bit, you know,
like okay,
makes
they
sense.
can take more shots.
Yeah, and I got in this really shitty situation where, because it was actually kind of difficult to play the mission by yourself. It's definitely designed to be played with other players, and you can matchmake. I just chose not to. So I'm sitting behind cover. I'm pinned, like totally pinned by these guys. And it's only a few
Sounds
shots.
hot.
Yeah. It's only a few shots until you're actually dead. But then there's, the enemies that charge at you, whatever. They had like a crowbar, and then one threw a smoke grenade right in my face while this character was charging at me, and I was like totally fucking screwed. I don't even know how I didn't die, but I'm like, interesting. Like that was like a really intense situation that I felt like I didn't experience anything like that in the first game. So that was cool. Went through that, got all my loots, and that was fun. The open world that they throw you in, at least to start, so your base of operations is the White House this time around, and that's where you upgrade your skills and all sorts of stuff. It seemed neat, for sure. What I liked about it, and I believe in the first game, maybe I'm thinking of the Dark Zone, actually. Like, you walked in this thing, and then you stood there for a while it like, sprayed you, cleansed you with a bunch of stuff. Nah, I guess that didn't happen with
that was the base of operations.
Yeah, I think that was
it?
Yeah, I think it was the base.
At first it was, and then I guess they removed it.
Yeah, that isn't here. So it's definitely you just go in, do what you gotta do, and get out. So that felt really nice. The one thing that I was like, okay, this is like the Division. I'm not very, into this stuff. It's just exploring the open world is a little boring. And I'm sure it's way more fun with other players, but I'm literally going from the base of operations to the first story mission, and there's a few encounters here and there, but it's like low-level dudes. There's 2 of them. I can hide behind a box, throw one grenade, and move on. Like, it's more interesting to look at, but it felt really lifeless. And I'm sure, too, when the game launches, it might have been issues with the beta or something. I don't know. You might see other players. I don't know. But that was the one thing. It's just, when you're playing the first game, you just run through New York and there's like fucking nothing really happening. Yeah. Like it had that same
enemies,
feeling.
But it's like
yeah. And then the other thing, which I don't think this was in the first game, from what I remember, is settlements. So in the first game, there was a bunch of different like safe houses around, but now there's like actual settlements. So you have your base of operations, but then you have a settlement, and you can upgrade the settlements. And there's characters to talk to there to get different missions. There's crafting you can do there, stashes you can get into, all sorts of stuff in these settlements, and that's its own upgrade as well. It's like a lot of Ubisoft games where the numbers go up. And you kind of do some repetitive things, but the numbers are going up, and that's cool. But, I mean, it felt good to play, and I think the world is a lot more interesting to look at. And I kind of just got into a groove where I'm like, I can enjoy this. When it comes to these, live service loot shooter games, like Destiny is what I want to play more than anything. It feels the best to play. I like the world the most, but the Division does seem pretty exciting. I want to play a lot more of the beta because it does seem cool. What a lot of their post-launch stuff seems neat. They're adding like 3 totally big, like they're calling episodes, and then I forget, like a stronghold sort of thing.
Ooh, okay.
And then an 8-player raid.
Yeah.
Ooh, 8-player.
Whatever that is. They did those things called incursions from the first game, which were 6-player raid-like things, but this they're saying is they're legitimately calling an 8-player raid. That's interesting.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
What's that look like in the Division's world?
You're already in the White House. That would be a perfect place to do it. You gotta somebody's hot. Buck it up in the White House.
Mm-hmm. It also seems like there's more side content to do in this game. So there's the main missions. Then I had a, what'd they call it? It was like some sort of base thing that I could have went to. Took a bunch of dudes out and got a ton of materials. There's SHD missions, which that is like a material you use to upgrade a lot of your skills and stuff. And then there's traditional side missions.
Okay.
So there's a whole bunch to do, whereas in the first game I felt like there wasn't too much there. And then what was the last thing I was going to say? It was really weird. I got to the settlement that I had to go to, and I saw a deer walking through the streets, and then I came out of it and I saw like a real big dog. I'm like, this is weird.
Like there's
you shoot at them.
You can kill them. which is
No, I
weird.
remember you could kill dogs in the first division.
Was there dogs in
Yeah.
the first?
Yeah, they'd be like scrounging around, but
I don't
they
remember
wouldn't like
seeing
come
There was-
after you or anything.
There was.
Mm.
Be sniffing around the street and just be like,
Yeah.
sniff around my street, bitch.
The one thing that, and this is very specific to me because of my setup to play video games, the text in this game is so fucking tiny.
Oh.
And, I mean, you guys know where my TV is compared to the couch. Like, sometimes it's hard to read things from my TV, so I'm literally having to get up and going, like, what are they saying? I have no clue. And I felt like such a, you know, my mom, you know, she turns on big text mode on her phone, you know? And I literally went into big text mode and turned it on, and it didn't improve anything. I'm like, what the fuck? There were also some weird graphical glitches where, like, my character would freeze, and then 3 seconds later, he would move forward. But I only ran into, like, 2 or 3 of those, and those are things I can definitely iron out. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it was fun to do some of the story missions in the first game with other people and just shoot stuff and have maybe some intense firefights and stuff. So I am hoping to do some of that stuff, and then
Hopefully the final
Goes
boss is a helicopter.
yeah, hopefully. I just hope the game works. I remember I had a lot of connectivity issues playing.
Yeah,
with
you and
guys.
Ubisoft games.
Yeah, that shit sucked. I mean, I can't ever play Ghost Recon Wildlands with you guys, which is frustrating.
Yeah.
Have you
So-
tried it since you moved?
You know what? I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to
have to re-download
screw
it.
around.
'Cause I don't think I have that downloaded anymore.
One thing I do like about the Division 2 is that the world looks a little bit more open and like,
Mhm.
like at least from some gameplay that I've seen, it's
colorful.
like
Yeah.
you can climb up on this thing and snipe while everyone else is down here, which was added that level of like verticality that I wanted from the
Yeah,
first game.
and like there were certain rooms that I got in firefights with where if I was playing with you guys, like we could have done that stuff. Like there was a room up here that if
Yeah.
we could have just took these 2 dudes out, and then you can finally push up to get up to the stairs while I'm down here drawing fire, you can take everybody out. Like that sort of stuff was there.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And I don't know if it was this way in the first game, because it's been so long. Like I was in cover, and say that like I'm behind a wall and there's a little smaller wall over here. I can look at that wall and just hold in the X button, and
Oh,
my
yeah, that
character
was-
will run
yeah,
over.
that
Was that
was
the
the-
first
yeah.
game?
Yeah.
I think you
Yeah,
That was one of the things I really liked about the
that's
first game.
that shit is tight.
Yeah.
Like it was really cool because it felt cool because like I'm getting shot at, but my head's down. I'm just running over there.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
I
because
like
you could
that
trade
a
back
lot.
and forth, like to go from one side, or you could,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, it wasn't the first game.
So that was there, and then the map. So the map in the Division 1 was pretty cool looking. It was just cool to look at. This one I think is even cooler. Like you literally pull it up and you can see your character staying there like full height, sort of.
Oh, okay.
And you can see like the streets and all sorts of stuff. The map seemed big, but not too big, which I like.
Yeah, like they made better use of what they had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm looking forward to it for sure. I think March 15th
Yeah.
is when Division 2 launches. I'd rather play this than Anthem for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Give
'Cause
Anthem a
it
year.
seems
Give
like-
Anthem a year. And then maybe it'll be a game.
Yeah, maybe. If EA allows BioWare to stick with it.
If EA allows BioWare to exist. What? Oh no, they're not gonna care.
I don't think they will, but EA has shown a tendency to go, okay, this didn't do what we wanted it to. See ya, on to the next thing. And, you know, if you're going to have a live service game like Anthem, you got to stick with it and invest in it.
Oh yeah.
Like, Destiny would not be where it's at, even though Destiny 2 had its stumbles, but it wouldn't even be a thing if Activision and Bungie did not invest into Destiny to make it a video game and make it a lot better. That's what EA's got to do.
Yeah, like I mean, and maybe that's a trump card. With like, I mean, they announced a new Dragon Age. You know, it's like, well,
Yeah.
okay, well now we got this, so Anthem, we can abandon Anthem because hey, people like Dragon Age.
I just think
I'm
the amount
yeah.
of backlash they would get if they bailed on Anthem or even took it down to like a skeleton crew for
Yeah.
people that paid for full price for that game. And
Yeah.
the main campaign's only, depending on how many people you play with, how quick you play through, it's like
4 hours long.
10 to 15 hours.
Yeah, I heard that basically one of the Giant Bomb guys, he played it on PC, and so it took him that long to get through it. But then he restarted on PS4, and he said if you really wanted to, you could get through this game in 4 hours.
Yeah.
If you just skip everything.
Yeah.
And just do main story stuff.
God.
You might be super underleveled and everything, but
Yeah.
But it's possible.
But it's possible, yeah.
God.
Yeah. And I mean, no, Destiny's almost the same way. I mean, you can get through a Destiny campaign pretty fast.
Yeah.
But they do level gate you a little bit.
Yeah, I think, but I think also the thing is that, especially now with how Destiny is now, it's much more about the end game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What there is to do after the story, like just doing other stuff. So,
Speaking of which, I finally got to the Dreaming City with my hunter.
Mm.
Yeah, I still think I'm kind of under leveled for the blind well stuff, but yeah.
One of these times.
Try to level up.
One of these times, because I know how to do part of it. We should try the Shattered Throne.
Yeah. I'm down to do whatever. I feel like the Dreaming City in Destiny 2, we just have not spent enough time in.
No.
Like, there's so many cool things in there.
There's always like a chance to get good loot from it. So
yeah. So one of these times we just gotta hop in there, spend some time there.
Yeah. I wonder what the first like live service game is that's gonna be like that's gonna have a really good story. Because Anthem's story is not that good. The Division, both the Division games kind of skipped out on the story a little bit, or at least the Division 2 looks like it's going to skip out. Destiny's first one was a mess. I didn't really like the story in Destiny 2. It was told better, but I didn't really like it.
Yeah,
I don't even know if Warframe. I don't know what the fuck the story is for Warframe.
Yeah, I think it's like what we talked about earlier. It's that balance of trying to get content and story. Like I think Destiny is like the lore is the cool stuff. Like you can just go in and find the lore, and that's honestly the best place to get the story. Like just finding out like some of the stories of the last word in the Thorn are some of the coolest things, or and all these characters that like you're never gonna see, but are like the best thing about Destiny.
Yeah. After having played Red Dead Online, I would like to see Rockstar's attempt at like a live service game. Because that's kind of what Grand Theft Auto Online was in a way, and what Red Dead Online could be. I think they just added a big update with a bunch of stuff. But
we gotta do that sometime.
Yeah, I haven't checked any of that stuff out, but so far I've been having a ton of fun, regardless of what anyone says about Red Dead Online. Apparently a lot of people aren't too happy with it.
Because it's not GTA Online.
Well, yeah, I was talking to someone at work, and I was like, yeah, so far it's good. And they were like, I've heard bad things. I'm like, well, I played it. And
it's just
like, there's a difference between playing and having fun and just hearing not great things.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like,
stick it up your crap.
Even though,
whoa,
yeah,
it just annoyed me.
Even though maybe like some of the stuff is kind of shallow. Oh, thank you. In Red Dead Online, God.
Yeah,
it's like a lot of like Red Dead. You get into a shootout, you do this, but it's just fun to do that with somebody else.
Yeah, to have like an actual. It feels like a game, like a single player game almost that you're just going through someone else with, because it's like the same kind of content and cutscenes and story and
it
stuff.
feels like I feel like the community in the game is different, and also the way that the game going forward is going to be different. Like we play if you were to hop on GTA Online right now, there's going to be people with flying cars, fucking jetpacks and things like that, and it's like I'm fucked because I barely played it.
Yeah.
Whereas like you get a better horse.
Yeah.
In Red Dead, but then also like there were last time we played, there were the dudes who were just throwing dynamite all over Blackwater, just not caring, but they didn't fuck with us at all. They were just killing every NPC they could find, and it was like kind of funny to watch. But it was just like,
wow.
Even though I have noticed, at least from the two times we've played, there does seem to be not as many people around. Well, granted, the map's huge, and so people could be everywhere. But it's like that was like the only time we ran into people was during that, because like other players can interfere with like any mission you do,
but they just never really.
But they just don't.
Yeah, which is kind of
like
nice.
it's like, oh yeah, you got to take this wagon somewhere. Yeah, the other players can come in.
Yeah,
I love that. To me, it sounds like the game kind of polices itself.
Yeah. Also, there's no.
Which is awesome.
Also, you have to play bounty. You have to pay for bounties. So all my psychopathic tendencies can be.
So if you start some shit and then I hog tie a guy and drag him down the street in front of everyone sees, and I go like blindside an old fucking lady. You take her off, and then
you just outrun the cops,
yeah.
and then it's
well,
done.
when I get shot and killed, and then you outrun the cops, it's fine.
And then it's just like,
and then you bring back the old lady,
and I brought her back.
I shoot her in the head. All she had on her was 11 fucking cents. It wasn't worth it.
Not in the long run. It's like
I still have that video. I still have that video of you going across the bridge.
Oh, I wiped the fuck out.
He did. And
I
then
need
I came
to
up
put that
behind
online.
him.
I need to put up
and like
two
trampled him.
I need to put up 2 videos online. Me eating shit on a bridge was really funny, and then also the entire video of me not being able to play that mission is hilarious because I would just be like, "Oh, let's check on my body." Did you see the screenshots I put up?
I did. Yeah.
Oh god, that was great.
I just remember like literally opening my mouth to say like this bridge is pretty narrow, watch out, and then and then I can't slow down in time, so I just like run the fuck over you after you fly off the horse.
It was really good. It was really
That
good.
game is so fun.
That might be some of the most fun I've had playing in a little while.
Sounds like I need to
you gotta come on and because we have enough money to start a posse now. We're close to it.
Oh, cool.
I spent like $30 on
I got
hats.
$200. I got $200. So
yeah,
Nice. Yeah, I'll have to make character. That
It's
sounds fun.
like
there is
maybe
like
half
an
an
intro.
hour.
Yeah,
It's like there's like probably like 3 or 4 missions you have to do to get started, but
Okay. Cool beans.
creating characters is pretty fun too.
I made my guy look as dumb as
Yeah.
possible.
That's what I'm gonna do. I love that stuff.
It's much better than GTA Online.
Really?
Yeah,
God, GTA Online is such a... I remember, it's such... Because you don't get to choose what he looks like. You pick your ancestors. Like, it's such a dumb thing. And then, where at least this game's like... You want this guy's eyes to be sunken in? Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Does it take 27 million hours to load into Red Dead Online?
No, I don't think so.
It's reasonable for like.
Like,
games
if you
nowadays.
die, does it take a long time?
No, not
actually,
at all.
no.
Yeah,
You come
not
back
at
fairly
all.
quickly.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because that's a major problem with GTA Online. Like, everything just takes forever to load.
Yeah.
Kind of worse than it.
Because there was this one mission that we were doing where I think it was the first mission that we did. We're up in the corner and said we had like 2 spare lives. So we'd each die once, one of us could die twice or whatever. And I like ran up the right side to try to flank, and I ran right into a guy. I didn't even see him, and like boom, headshot. I was dead, and I just respawned like instantly. I think you died like around the same time, and it was like instant. Yeah. And it was kind of cool that I just ran into a situation and I didn't just kind of get shot up and then retreated. Like, I ran into the situation stupidly and I died. So that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. There was that one mission where we wasted our lives really early. And it's like, oh, there's another half the mission to do.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, you have to take this guy all the way through this canyon.
And of course, there's a lot of people in the canyon. So, but the game's fun.
Yeah.
I just... hopefully, again, if we do more of the story stuff, hopefully it becomes as lucrative as the main game was. Because, I mean, stuff is expensive as shit. Like the best horse is like... Well, no, the best horse you have to pay gold. Which you can get in-game, but otherwise you can buy it. But then, like, it's like $900 for one of the horses. I mean, it's a really good horse, but it's like...
It's a lot of money.
Woof.
Even, like, a lot of the guns... The thing that does suck is that the guns... are semi-expensive, which I understand, which is like, okay, I finally got enough money, I bought this gun, this is going to be cool. But a lot, like, everything in the game, clothing and weapons, is rank locked. Rank is basically your level. And some, like, just for, like, a cowboy hat, it's like rank 46 or something, or 60-something. I'm like, damn, we just made it to, like, 10, around 10 or so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to play that long just to get, like, a hat that I want to get is a little, I don't know, but, yeah.
Yeah, alright, let's talk about some music, and then we will get out of here.
Are we seeing Captain Marvel?
Next weekend?
Yeah.
I'm game.
I'm done.
Okay, alright, yeah. I
Yeah,
just
we
thought
should-
of that. I didn't want to, like, not say, forget later, so.
Yeah, we should...
Anyone watching the video, we're seeing Captain Marvel next weekend.
We are. Yeah, we'll talk about that after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been some interesting announcements and tours happening. The first thing is a really good feel-good story, and that is The Ghost Inside's coming back. Did we talk about this last
I
week?
think we did talk about it
We
last
did.
week, but
But they already have sold out the show that they are coming back.
That's
to.
great.
So that's
good.
awesome.
That's yeah.
And that they also said that's their only live show of 2019. But I think that's a big step for them to get back on stage and to perform together.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll be a really great thing. Next, Warped Tour 2019 is happening. So Warped Tour is no longer a tour anymore, but it is a few dates that they're doing. So they're doing a date in Cleveland, Ohio, I think 2 shows in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and then 2 in Mountain View, California.
That is a weird
They're
geographical.
skipping everyone in like
I was
Oklahoma.
I was gonna say that's
Kansas.
a weird geographical
Yeah.
choice. Like,
Yeah. So I'm not going to run through every single band, but I'm just going to run through the Atlantic City show, for example, of what they got. There's some interesting stuff here. 311, A Day to Remember, Andrew WK.
That's a party.
Yeah. Anti-Flag, Atreyu, Bad Religion, Blink 182.
Wow.
That's a big band to get for Warped Tour.
I mean, they're not as big as they used to be.
No.
But yeah, they're still kind of big.
There's another one on here
That's
that made me go, wow. And I think just because Warped Tour is now more of a destination festival rather than an actual tour, there's an opportunity to get some of these bands every once in a while.
Is it Taylor Swift?
No.
Okay.
No. Bowling for Soup.
oh, dude, 1985.
Yeah. Circa Survive, CKY.
Louis C.K.Y. Showing penises around the country.
Jesus Christ. 4 Years Strong. Glassjaw, Good Charlotte.
4 years, four Skin Strong. That's another Louis C.K. band.
Yeah. Jesus. H2O, which is a hardcore band. Less Than Jake, Memphis Mayfire,
Wow.
the Menzingers.
Menzingers, yeah, okay.
Here's the band to me, The Offspring, which I'm kind of surprised with that. I mean, Offspring played Warped Tour back in the day, but Offspring is also a very big band now.
Very big band.
So
You don't put out
that's
music.
cool.
Yeah,
Big
No,
band.
Yeah.
definitely not. Quicksand, Real Big Fish, Set It Off, Set Your Goals, Simple Plan, Sleeping with Sirens. I've never heard of this band, but I like their name. Stacked Like Pancakes.
that is a
pretty
great
awesome.
band.
Taking Back Sunday, Thrice, Wage War, We the Kings. That's not all of them, but
Wow.
yeah. And it looks like the California show, the All American Rejects, is playing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
August Burns Red, which interesting that they would play that, but not the Jersey Day, but whatever.
Yeah, they do good for East Coast.
Yeah, Dance Gavin Dance. A lot of these bands are the same. No FX. Soberstein. Story So Far. Sum 41. The Used. So, yeah. Kind of an interesting lineup. Not anything that I want to attend, but it's there. It's
There's some big bands.
I mean, it's cool that the Warped Tour brand is continuing in a different way.
Yeah, it just kind of sucks that there's no real big festival tours.
No. They're
Anymore.
pretty much done.
Like, even if it was just, I just wish there was something like that would happen in this area.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't have to be a tour. Just like, I mean,
There's a few. There's Rock Allegiance and there's MM Barbecue, but sometimes they don't have the stacked lineups that some of these other festivals are having.
like I would like again something that would be that was like Mayhem, but just maybe it was
more metal maybe.
Yeah.
I'm legitimately surprised NoFX is on there. Because I thought they were, like, banned from doing any shows. Like, a lot of places just weren't having them after they made fun of the Las Vegas shooting last year.
Right.
Yeah. They're like, it said something like, oh, at least it was country fans or something like that.
God.
Yeah. And then, like, a lot of places just dropped them, like, yeah, you're not performing here anymore. So I'm kind of surprised that they're like,
Yeah.
but, oh, well.
Jeez. Smart
Maybe
things.
August Burns Red could talk some Jesus into him.
Yeah, maybe.
You never know.
Maybe. I Prevail. Guys,
What's
remember
that
I
name?
Prevail?
That band
For
with,
Today should be on that.
That band.
Oh yeah.
that
I listened to like a couple of songs. They're different than what I remember.
Yeah.
A little heavier now and a little more like hair on their balls.
Yeah. I Prevail. Yeah, they're putting out a new album. They dropped 2 new songs. The new album's called Trauma. This band really blew up with their last album a few years ago, mostly because of their Taylor Swift cover, but then some of their other songs really caught on as well. But they're doing a massive tour with Issues and Justin Stone.
Justin Stone, who's that?
I have no clue. Do you remember the band Arsonist Gets All the Girls?
Yeah, I do.
They're recording new music.
Justin Stone.
Body Count.
Wait, oh yeah.
They're recording a new album.
Fuck right, Body Count.
Oh, man.
I Declare War is recording a new EP.
Really?
I didn't know they're
Holy
still a band.
shit, yeah, I know. Holy crap.
After the Burial has announced their new album.
They put out a
Evergreen.
song from that.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Behold the Crown. It's a very strange song.
Yeah.
April 19th that comes out. I mean, it's a heavy song, but like that opening riff is strange.
Yeah.
For sure. I'll have to show you this. You'll enjoy it. Let's see. Korn and Alice in Chains are touring together.
Saw that.
With Under Oath opening up the whole tour, and then Fever 333 and HO9909. What is that? Is that supposed to spell horror or something?
9909.
I guess horror, yeah.
I don't know.
Opening up. That is the worst band name I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's a pretty cool pairing there. Korn and Alice in Chains. Two different crowds, but two... But there's definitely some overlap there.
Oh yeah, there's gotta be.
So that'll be a big summer tour. A Day to Remember and Knocked Loose are touring together. That's pretty cool. Knocked Loose, I listened to their debut album. Have you listened to these guys?
Yeah.
That shit is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I was just blown away by how just in your face it was. Let's see here. That's about it. Yeah.
You see all that stuff? I'm not sure if it's news at this point, but that one band that got accused of some stuff. They weren't like a really big band that I'm aware of, but like banging their fans, underage fans or something. They're not a really big band.
I feel like I
it was
might have
on
seen something
Lambert.
about this.
It's not coming
Start
to
with
me.
a C or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if that's news to really talk about too much, but yeah, I did see something about that recently.
I feel like I might have seen on something about it.
It wasn't.
On, like,
it wasn't those blood on the dance floor creeps.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows that they're a bunch of pedophiles.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
So I can't get sued.
Oh, Capsize?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, the singer or someone in the band. I don't know. People were making some allegations and things like that, and then they disbanded. Then it's like, yeah,
Oof.
you kind of can't really say anything at that point because it's like, I don't know.
Seems like you're trying to cut your losses there.
Yeah,
It's not
They capsized.
How's it?
Don't laugh.
Bravo.
It's involved in
Not wrong.
pedophilia.
Bravo. It's not a laugh.
Actually, I lied. There's 3 tours, actually. I totally missed. Nile and Terrorizer are touring together.
Okay.
So that's cool. Animals as Leaders and the Contortionist are touring together. Animals as Leaders 10th anniversary tour. And the last one, I think this is weird, but also says where these guys are as a band right now.
Monomorph and Taylor Swift.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's an interesting pairing. Bring Me the Horizon in Scar. It's a rapper, basically. They're bringing out a rapper instead of
Like a band?
a metal or rock band. SCARLXRD.
Sure.
Yeah.
Star-Lord?
It's-
Star-Lord.
Yeah, I guess
Star-Lord.
maybe. But it's a rapper, which I just find interesting. You know, Bringing Me the Horizon definitely shifted their sound with their new album to be more poppy, but now they're taking out somebody different.
Alternative.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Gotta bring love. Bring everybody together.
You
Music.
gotta bring me the love.
We should take Trump out on tour.
Trump opening for Bring Me the Horizon.
God, that'd be really...
Yeah, why not?
This is the worst deal in the history of deals.
Gonna tell you right now, I only enjoyed this band when they were deathcore.
Took them all out for McDonald's and KFC.
we got some Berbers and
Come back to the White House for McDonald's.
Made him sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah. Got some process. Never mind. Never mind. There's never been a golden shower in the White House.
Alright.
Officially.
See ya!
Trump getting peed on.